So right now is another thing I have told you already. In some computers, there is a specific things is exist in a Linux that is called VM, uh, LVM, Logical Volume Manager. So what does it means? I have told you already in a partition, like there is a one partition, like there is a one hard disk, and inside the one hard disk you can create minimum one partition or you can create the multiple partition. But in a single partition, you cannot add the multiple hard disk in a Windows. Like there is a two hard disk and combining the two hard disk, you cannot create a one partition. Can you create? Of course, no, you cannot create, right? But in a Linux, you can create this technology known as a logical volume manager. So what is the architecture of the logical volume manager? Like there is a one hard disk, another hard disk. Either you can combine here the one hard disk HD1 and there is a another hard disk HD2 and there is a another hard disk HD3. Okay. So either you can create the partition like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Either you can don't create the partition. It's depend on you, right? So there is a first you will create a volume group. This is known as a hard disk or you can create or you can say the physical volume. The name of this hard disk known as a physical volume. Okay. And inside the physical volume, you will create a logical volume. Like the size of this hard disk is 5 TB. This hard disk size is 10 TB. This hard disk size is 20 TB. Okay. So creating the volume group, we will add the two hard disks, 5 TB and 10 TB. The total volume group size is a 15 TB. Okay. Inside the physical volume, we can create the logical volume. We can create the logical volume. These volume known as a partition, actual partition or the logical partition. Like the partition 1, partition 2, partition 3, multiple partition will be there. Okay. I am creating the one logical or partition 1 or you can say the BM data. Partition name is a BM data or the logical volume name is a BM data. I am going to create the size of this 5 GB. So 5 GB will be used from this. There is another logical volume I have created the 5 GB size. The name is a tutorial. Okay. Now you can check you are not making the partition here. But in a traditional method, you can use this method. You can create the partition name here. But right now I am creating partition here. First, I will create the volume group. Inside the volume group, I will create the 5 GB for the BM data and 5 GB for 5 TB for the tutorial. Okay, so how many used? 10 TB has been used. Now the 5 TB has been remain later on for the later use. We can create another partition or we can extend these partition. Like sometime the tutorial has been extended and I need the more data. Like I need to 10 TB partition. So I will extend the size and I will add the 5 GB more data. So now the hard disk or the tutorial partition will be 10 TB. Okay, 5 TB this one, 5 TB has been added more. Okay. Now again the data has been this partition has been full or become the full. You need more data. but there is a no more data exists in a volume group. So this data cannot be assigned here for the partition. So in this case, you will add the one more hard disk or the partition in this group. Now this group will be extend or increase. LV extend. You have extended the 20 TB more data. More. You have added one more hard disk. Now the volume group size is 15 and plus 20. Total size is a 35 TB. 5 TB used here, and the 10 10 TB has been used here. Now you need more data. So what you will do? You need to 5 TB more. So you can take the 5 TB from here. So the size of this means the tutorial partition has been extended from 5 to the 10, and 10 is a 20 TB. Okay, this is the 5, this is the 20, total 25, and the actual size is 35. So there is a 15 TB remaining. So either you can create the new partition, either you can extend the tutorial, or you can extend the VM data. Any partition size you can extend. Okay, so this is the architecture of the volume group or the LVM architecture. So I hope you have your concept has been cleared. What is the LVM and how does it work? Whenever you will need more partition, you will need more hard disk or more data. You will add the multiple hard disk in a volume group, and this data can be used, or this size can be used by the partition by extending it, by extending of any existing partition, or you can create the new partition. Okay, means you can extend whatever the exist partition, or already the partition is exist. So you can extend, you can reduce. Like sometime before you have realized VM data no more required 5 TB, it is required only 2 TB, but actual size is a 5 TB. So what you will do? You will reduce the size, and you can make from 5 TB to 2 TB, and the 3 TB will be free, and this data will be added in a volume group. So there is a multiple option here. One, you can create the new partition, you can extend the partition, you can reduce the partition. Means either you can extend, either you can reduce. Okay, it's up to you. You can create a new partition, you can extend partition, you can reduce partition, and here is no limit. Why no limit? Because when you are going to create the partition by using the GPT, can you tell me how much data you can store? 8
8 GB.
yes, zettabyte. Okay, so I hope you have understand all the concept is clear.
Yes, sir.
If the concept is clear, then we are moving how to create the LVM. Okay, right now I have some partitions created by using the fdisk-l command. You can check here. There is just some two partition has been created here on the SDC. Oh, now it is SDA. Great. So SDC1 and SDC2. Another is a SDVCB is a 20 GB free space. Okay. Right now I am going to make these partition as a physical volume. Okay. First is I need to create a physical volume, PV. So when you run this PV and you will press the double tab, so this is the uh, possible commands after the PV change, PV check, PV create, PV display, PV move, PV remove, PV resize, PVS, PV scan. So there is a two commands. One is a PBS, will display you how many PBS do you have. Actually, I have the one SDA2. At the time of the installation of the Red Hat Linux, default it will create the LVM. Okay, so that is the reason one PV is displaying here. Another command is PV display, which will be used to check the PV details, the name of the PV this, volume group name this, PV size this, allocated this. So I am going to use the another command is pvcreate. When you are going to be use the pvcreate and hit enter, it will show this is incorrect syntax. If you want to check the correct syntax, then you will use the -help command, which will help you to display some available options. So hit enter, you can check here, multiple options are there. I am not going to use these options right now. So what option I am going to use? pvcreate and give the name here def sdc1. Okay. File system is mounted. Oh my god, I am going to use the umount /def /sdc1 and sdc2 as well. And right now I am going to use the pvcreate command, and yes, type out all the data because it found some type of the signature. Signature means I have created the file system, so that is it is showing the error. And another is sdc2. So I have created two physical volume. So first I will create the physical volume. You can use the pbs command to check the physical volumes, their size, their free size, and this. Okay, these are the name. Got it? So I have created the physical volume. Now I will create the VG. Okay. When you press the double tap key, you can check here. Oh my god, multiple options here there. VG backup, VG check, VG display, VG import, merge, remove, scan, restore, convert, export. Multiple options are there. First is VGS. I am going to check here. This is the name of the volume group. Is a Red Hat HRHLE. So I am going to create the new volume group. So I will use the VG and then create. So after creating, I am going to use here the help option, and it will display the lots of the options are there. So I am confused how to use this one. Are you confused? Yes, of course. So let's use the man and vgcreate command, which will display you some help options, some examples. Let me check if I found any example here which will help me out. So here is the vgcreate, name of the VG, name of the hard disk, which you are going to be used here. So vgcreate, give the name of the VG. So how you can create here? So VG and create. Give the name of the VG. I am going to create the any name here. I am going to name of the DC1, data center 1. This is the data center 1, DC1. And inside this data center, I need to create a tutorial, and another I need to create a another is a VM data. Okay, so I am going to create the first VG create DC1 and need to provide the name of the hard disk, physical volume. Physical volume, you have remember there was a two physical volume, DC1 or DC2. So SDC1 I am using here. So VG has been created. When I will run the VGS command, so you can check here the DC has been created, and only the one physical volume has been added. No logical volume has been created, nothing. Okay, and size is a 2 GB. So this is the simple command. If you want to be add the another hard disk. So you can add the bg extend command and then give the name of the bg which you want to extend and give the name of the physical volume dc2. Okay. Successfully extended. When I will run the bgs command, it will display the dc1 is there, 2 physical volume has been added, and the size is 4 GB, and all the size is free because there is a no logical volume has been created. So I am going to create the logical volume. Logical volume will be created by using the lb command. When I am pressing the double tap, oh my god, there is a multiple lb change, create, extended, config, and multiple things are there, multiple commands are there. So lbs command is a first command which will display you all the lbs. There is a two lb has been created, root and swap. These are by default at the time of the installation Linux. These two has been created, right? Right now, I am going to create the new lb create here. Oh my god! Again, the problem is I can help will help me, but I don't know the actual correct use of the this one. There is a multiple options. lb create hyphen l, give the size, or hyphen l, or provide the hyphen size, then bg name. Okay, so I am going to create the lb. So lb create and give the name of the lb and give the size and give the bg name. That's it. Okay, fine. So clear everything. lb create and give the name. VM data. I am going to create the first lb and the size. Hyphen size. I am going to assign the size is equal to 2 GB. Either you can give 2 GB. Either you can use the percentage, 24% of the free size, or free 20% of the free size. Either you can give the size here the 2 GB, and then you need to be give the name of the VG DC1. Oh my god, VM data not found. Volume group. Oh, I have mistaken. I need to provide here the DC1, and here I have provided the VM data. Right now, physical volume data not found. Oh my god. Create logical volume create. Physical volume. Okay, which partition you want to use? Def SDA 1, and then I need to create the VM data. Is it physical volume SDCO C1? I need to check the help here. Again, man command will help us. LV create, because sometimes there is a confuse. You will use the first, you will use the size, you will use the name, or what will you use? It is little bit confusing. Okay, no problem. I will check some. So actually, what was the error here? The size of the 2 GB does not exist in the SDC1 because some data has been used. So that is the reason the VM data has not been created. So this is the correct command. Here the correct command is this: lb create dc1 and size give the 2 GB or something, and then it is okay. So once it will be created, then you can use the lbs command, which will display you all the available lbs. So lb is VM data has been created from the vz1, and here is 2 point. The size is 2 GB. Okay.